How we doing, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to welcome you into another instalment of me carrying out some street lighting repairs. I'll get straight into it and show you what I'm doing. So the task at hand is to repair this older style 70 watt fitting. Just for experience, I can tell it's probably going to be some form of gear tray. It's usually just not, it's not just usually a lamp that's on the blink here, but I'll go through a few checks and I'll show you as I go. So I'll just confirm that my fuse is alright. Yeah, try to do this one-handed. My fuse is fine, getting continuity there, I hope you've seen and heard that. I'll just make sure I'm getting a supply. I've turned the power on here. It's so difficult to do this one-handed. There you go, I'm getting 230 volts at the fin. Right, so I've opened the fitting up. I'll show you how it goes back together. Straight away, just from smell, I can tell that the gear tray is on the way, or it's went. It just gives off a certain smell. So I've got one of them just to replace it. I'll stick that in and I'll come back to you, but it's a pretty simple process of getting out. There's just a screw here, screw in that corner there. This just lifts out and then it's just push fittings. So I'll get that swapped over and I'll come back to you. These little gear trays are pretty straightforward, pretty self-explanatory. Obviously you've got your earth, live and neutral on the right hand side there, and then either side there for your lamp holder. I always keep it the same way and I just put my two neutrals, my two blues on the inside. So let's get this back in now. Again, it should just press in there. Another thing that I can actually point out to you as well is these little lugs here are not an exact retrofit for this gear, so you just need to get a plier in there and widen them a touch, just so that they can slide in. But I'll screw that up and I'll come back again. Another part of what I do when I'm repairing any of my street lighting stuff, or any repairs for that matter, is I'll stick a date on the stuff that I've replaced. It's just for any sort of future people that go in behind me, and if wee bit's time and sort of need to do any repairs, they can at least sort of try and narrow down their fault finding by looking at that. So this visor here, just a wee bit of a turn to the side to get it off and on again, and then down at the base of it there, there's a wee sort of retaining screw, and underneath there's a wee retaining screw that just keeps that in place. I'll fasten that up and I'll bring you back in for putting the lid back on. It's the same process for getting this black lid back on as well, but it's just on top and then it's turn to the left and you'll sort of get it on. It's on there pretty solid and the fitting's nice and secure, so I'm happy with that. I'll go back down to the bottom now. I'll try my fuse and ensure it's lit. I'd just like to highlight that I've put in an orange coloured, like a sawn lamp. As you can see up the back there, there's another column in this lane. It's giving off an orange light, so I'll just keep it uniform. Right, it's the moment of truth. I'll stick my fuse in. Screw that up. And there we go, you can see that's beginning to come up now. I'll tidy my hand tools out the van give it another sort of couple of minutes to get up to temperature and just ensure that it's working alright, but from there it certainly seems to be doing what it should. Right, as you can see, that's came up no problem at all, pretty happy with that. You can see for there obviously the pole or the column, whatever you want to call it, is sitting slightly ajar. I'm going to highlight that to the main contractor, but it's perfectly solid, it's not going to fall over. I've gave it a good test, but I'll certainly be highlighting it. Now it's just to navigate my way out of this lane. I've had to reverse up it because it's a one way in, one way out, but it shouldn't be too difficult, it's plenty wide enough. I'll go back to the consumer unit, the boards, and switch this power off now so that the street lights aren't on all day. I'm just going to jump back in just now and just let you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to upload this video as a shorter video, or I'll maybe even just sort of tie it in on the end or the beginning of another one. I'll have a look, see how much footage I've got, and I'll take it from there. So the box for the light that I've just repaired there is just down the road there, just in front of that red car. I've manually put it on hand just to carry out my checks, so I'll just revert that back to auto. And again, most of the street lighting boxes are numbered, so I'll just reference that when I'm sort of speaking to the subcontractor, just to ensure that they know that I've done the necessary checks and switch ons of power, etc. Close that back over. Again, this is another one that's just a screwdriver. Just gets you access, you just put it in there and turn it around anti-clockwise. So I think I left you off where I changed over that 90 watt control gear and got that 90 watt lit and fit. I came across a different style of fitting that I've not sort of brought to the channel yet, so I thought I would just show you guys it. So here it's here. It's a variation of a 90 watt socks fitting again, so you've seen me change a different style over, but I just thought I'd show you this one. This one is starting up, and then it's just sort of maybe last for about a minute or two, and then it's going off again, so the likelihood is it's just maybe a lamp or even some control gear. But we're not getting supplied with any control gear or lamps for the 90 watt stuff now, so it's just going to be a fit replacement. It's also a good indicator that the fitting is goosed when you've got a pool of water in the fitting. You can see down there, there's nobody below, so I'll just gradually release some of that water without getting empty a shower. So to get access to the flex and the terminations, it's just this wee cover that I've removed. It's just on with one posy screw in there, and then it's attached on with a wee string, but you just snap that off. And I've isolated down at the panel and made it safe, locked it off, and I'll just go ahead and disconnect it now. As you can see, that's me got the fitting off. This one actually came off quite easily for a change. It's 2 5mm grub screws, so just use a 5mm T-bar or Allen keys for that. Like I said, came off pretty straightforward for once, no hammering involved. Got that one prepared, and I've got it's a 36 watt fitting. I've fit one of these in a previous video, so there's nothing really much more to show you, but I'll show you once it's installed. Right, that's this fitting been secured and terminated. Again, if you've not seen my previous video, I'd go and look at that now, but it's pretty simple to connect this in. It's just live out, neutral and earth. Your live in would be for if you're using a photo cell, but again, there's no requirement to do so for this one. It's not a permanent supply going to this light or in this circuit, at least anyway. So I've just left my 20mm blank in, and you'll see as well there actually the sticker, the grub screws. That's their torque settings. You'll see there, that's the grub screws torque settings obviously quite important to do that. Any looser, and obviously the light fitting has a serious chance of falling down any tighter, and have it on good authority that these brackets here are prone to snapping if you over tighten them, and makes the fitting useless. Right, so I'll put these screws back in, I'll go down to the bottom, put the fuse back in, and I'll make sure that this light's working properly. Right, luckily for me here, the box is just round the corner. So I'll press the wee timer if it works. You can hear the contactor kicking in there. And again, I don't know. Yeah, you can see that that's working there. The flicker's obviously just because it's an LED on this camera. But I'll just put that, I'll just switch that photo cell off for a wee second. Switch it back on, let it reset. Again, just so that we're not leaving the lights on permanently all day. Been another quite simple fix. That's I hope that was pretty straightforward. I think there's been a decent wee bit of variety in the video today. Obviously it's quite difficult. I can only record what's in front of me. And yeah, if I come across anything else, anything different to what I've already shown in the channel, I'll certainly record it for you. So that'll do me for today. I hope everybody that's watched it has enjoyed the video. If you leave a like and a comment down below and subscribe to the channel, it'd be really appreciated. I hope you enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one.